Welcome back, everyone. World Baseball News for the week of December 13th. Lots of new player signings in NPB and the KBO, Gold Gloves in the KBO, All-Star Game in Puerto Rico, and as the Winter Leagues are down to their last couple weeks, Panama has just opened a new season. We start with the biggest signing of the week, and that comes from the KBO. The Kiwoom Heroes have signed former All-Star and 7-year MLB veteran Yasiel Puig to a 1-year, $1 million contract. The 31-year-old Cuban outfielder spent last summer in Mexico and the last 2 winters in the Dominican Republic. The Heroes made an early exit from the postseason this year. They'll be hoping Puig can provide some power. The Heroes were 6th in team batting and 7th in home runs. This deal almost happened early in the 2020 season. Puig had been in talks with the team before he decided to return to MLB, and the Heroes ended up signing Addison Russell. Other KBO signings, 25-year-old outfielder DJ Peters will be joining the Lotte Giants on a 1-year, $600,000 contract. Peters made his major league debut last year playing for the Rangers and Dodgers. He's got power. In 223 at-bats, he hit 13 homers and slugged .422. However, he also struck out 82 times, about 1 out of every 3 plate appearances, and batted .197, on-base percentage .242. The Samsung Lions have signed 32-year-old pitcher Albert Suarez to a 1-year, $1 million deal. Last year, with the Japan Series champion Tokyo Yakult Swallows, Suarez had a .362 ERA and a 1.481 WHIP in 24 relief appearances. The LG Twins picked up 30-year-old pitcher Adam Plutko. Last year with the Orioles, Plutko made 38 appearances, ERA .671, WHIP 1.633. And the Twins re-signed pitcher Casey Kelly for a 1-year, $1 million deal in what will be his 4th year with the team. That means that Andrew Suarez, who won 10 games with a .218 ERA last season, will not be back. The Hanwha Eagles, coming off back-to-back last-place finishes, signed 31-year-old outfielder Mike Tauchman to a 1-year, $1 million contract. Tauchman split the 2021 season with the Yankees and Giants, slashing .181, .284, .283 in 191 plate appearances. And the Eagles were able to re-sign pitchers Nick Kingham and Ryan Carpenter, their 2 most reliable starters from last season. Gold Gloves were awarded last week. In the KBO, the Gold Glove does not go to the best defensive players, but the best all-around players, so it's really more like NPB's best 9. The recipients are Doosan Bears pitcher Ariel Miranda, NC Dinos DH Lee Ji Young, Samsung Lions catcher Min Ho Kong, KT Wiz first baseman Baek Ho Kong, Eagles second baseman Eun Won Jung, Landers third baseman Jung Choi, Heroes shortstop Hae Sung Kim, and outfielders Jung Hoo Lee of the Heroes, Chung Ki Hong of the LG Twins, and Ja Wook Koo of the Samsung Lions. A busy offseason continues in Japan. Here are some more NPB signings. 29-year-old pitcher John Gant joins the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters after splitting the 2021 season with the Cardinals and Twins. For the year, his ERA was .409 through 21 starts and 18 relief appearances. It was .342 with the Cards, but .561 with the Twins. From 2018 to 2020, he maintained a sub-4 ERA in each season. And they signed a hitter, too. 30-year-old infielder Arismendy Alcantara spent 4 years in MLB from 2014 to 2017. More recently, he hit .280 with 17 home runs at AAA Sacramento last summer, and is now playing in the Dominican Winter League. The Yokohama DNA Baystars have signed 27-year-old pitcher Brooks Kriske. They'll be hoping he has better luck in Japan. In 12 games this year with the Yankees and Orioles, his ERA was .1429. And one pitcher they know can do well in NPB, Fernando Romero, will return to the Baystars for the 2022 season. In 2021, he went 5-3 with a .301 ERA in 14 games. 28-year-old outfielder Jose Marmolejos will join the Rakuten Eagles next summer. Last summer with the Seattle Mariners, he slashed .160, .262, .574 in 122 plate appearances. Now that the Taiwan series is over with, it's time for the CPBL to join in with the foreign player signings. The Weichuan Dragons signed 30-year-old Telvin Nash, who plays first base and outfield. He previously played in the Houston Astros system. They've also re-signed pitcher Drew Gagnon, who had a good first season with the Dragons this year. A lot of news from Puerto Rico, so I'll kick off the Winter League coverage there. Leones de Ponce, an LBPRC team from 1938 until about 10 years ago, will be returning for the 2022-23 season. Leones are 11-time league champions and 1-time Caribbean Series champions. Assuming the other teams come back next year, the addition of Leones will give the league an even 6 teams. On Sunday, the LBPRC held its first All-Star game since 2015, with Team Garcia beating Team Maching 8-4. Kenneth Vargas was the MVP. He was a home run short of the cycle in the game. And Cubs prospect Nelson Velasquez was the winner of the Home Run Derby. Before the All-Star weekend began, they played a little more regular season ball. Criollos and Indios went into the week tied for first. Criollos went 1-1, Indios 0-1. That broke the tie. Criollos leads by half a game. Cangrejeros went 1-1, so they're still 2 games back. RA12 also was 1-1. Gigantes actually had the best week, going 2-1, but they still trail RA12 by half a game. Blaine Crim is the new batting leader in LBPRC. His line is .395, .443, .581. He's also 1 away from the league leader in RBI. 1 week to go in the LMP regular season. Every game is important from here on out as every team is fighting for position in the playoffs. They went into last week with 4 teams tied for the top spot, but now Águilas de Mexicali stand alone. After sweeping Venados and then winning 2 out of 3 from Tomateros, they hold a 2-game lead at the top. Naranjeros, Yaquis, and Algodoneros are all tied for second. First half champions Mayos have slipped to 5th, but only 3 games out of first. Sultanes swept a doubleheader from Venados on Sunday to go from 9th to 6th in one day. Venados, Tomateros, Charros, and Cañeros are the bottom 4. Here's a look at the overall points if the season were to end today. Algodoneros and Mayos are tied for number 1 with Yaquis right behind them. Those teams will be looking for a strong finish in the following week. Naranjeros 4th, Águilas 5th, number 6 Charros, number 7 Tomateros and Sultanes. Venados are in danger of missing the postseason. Cañeros, with an overall record of 16-43, cannot possibly make it. A big help for Águilas this year has been closer Jake Sanchez. He is the LMP leader in saves with 23. The next best closer only has 12. 26 in the third innings, 38 strikeouts, 137 ERA, and a 0.80 whip. Final week of the regular season in LIDOM. First place is still up for grabs, and so is the last spot in the postseason. Gigantes del Cibao are the new team at the top after beating Estrellas Orientales on Sunday. Orientales are now a game back, tied with both Águilas and Tigres for second. Leones are just 2 games back in 5th place. So, heading into the final week, any one of those teams could finish first. Any of them could miss the postseason. Marcell Ozuna is a big reason for Gigantes moving up. Despite only playing in half of this season, he's now tied for the league lead with 4 home runs, presently hitting .297, .366, .547 in 17 games. One more week in Venezuela, but here we already know which teams will be in the postseason, and we're pretty sure who the top seed will be. First place Navegantes del Magallanes have pretty much wrapped it up with a 4-game lead now over second place Cardenales de Lara. Good race for second as Leones trails Cardenales by just a half game. Meanwhile, Bravos, Caribes, and Tigres will battle it out for the last 3 spots, and those will be your postseason teams as Tiburones and Águilas are already eliminated. Caribes first baseman Balbino Fuenmayor is the only hitter in the top 5 in both batting and home runs. Right now he's slashing .391, .433, .654. Still 2 weeks to go in the regular season in Colombia, so it's not time to celebrate or panic for any team just yet. Lot of space between these teams now. Vaqueros de Monteria lost some of their lead last week, but still hold a 2.5-game lead over second place Caimanes de Barranquilla. Gigantes are 6 back, Tigres are 9.5 out. 3 of them will reach the postseason. Caimanes pitcher Victor Capian is tied for the league lead in appearances with 13, tied for the league lead in wins with 3, and 1 behind the league leader in saves with 4. He's got a .212 ERA in 17 innings. A brand new season got underway in Panama last Friday. After canceling their 2020-21 season, PROBEIS returned with only 3 teams, Federales de Chiriquí, Águilas Metropolitanas, and Astronautas de los Santos. They'll play a 24-game schedule that will conclude on January 11th. The top 2 will meet in a championship series, with the winner moving on to the Caribbean Series. Here's what's happened so far. Federales beat Águilas on Friday, Astronautas beat Águilas on Saturday, and then on Sunday Federales walked it off in the 10th to beat Astronautas to claim the top spot after the first weekend. In Nicaragua, the regular season will continue into the new year, with the round-robin postseason beginning on January 7th. Tigres de Chinandega still hold the top spot, 2.5 games over second place Leones de León. Third place Gigantes de Rivas are 4 back. Indios del Bor are way back, holding a 3-game lead over Tren del Norte for the 4th and final spot in the round-robin postseason. Tren is in last place despite having the individual league leaders in batting, home runs, and stolen bases. Cuban infielder Alay Lago is the batting leader with a .414 average, also has 4 home runs and just over 100 at-bats. And that is all for this one. Until next time, this is Baseball International. See ya.